Hello, hello, hello. How is everybody today? I just kind of panicked there for a second because I was thinking, now wait a minute, am I 4:15 or 4:30? Oh my goodness. But I'm 4:15, so I'm good. Let's see. How come I can't see myself? There we go. I'm just going to share myself out here a little bit. I hope everybody's in and staying warm today. I'm in Kansas, so it is just a snowing and blowing over here. And I don't know. I don't work outside of my house. I work from home, so it's a little different. I don't mind it so much, other than I worry about my kids out and about in it, because they have to drive to work, and of course the grandkids go into daycare and stuff like that. So that's a little bit worrisome. I worry about that, but I'm so glad I don't have to get out in it if I don't want to. And let me know if you're here. Hop on, say hi. Let me know where you're tuning in from. And we are here for the Snowflakes and Sparkle event with the Crafty bunch. Thanks, Cheryl. Thank you. So if you are watching from my page, if you don't mind, here in a few minutes, you can just go out and go into the Crafty bunch, and then you'll get to see everybody, and you'll help me out on my page too. So, okay, you guys, let me point this down and switch this around, and I'll show you what I got. I just grabbed a bunch of stuff in the colors that I was thinking would, I'm thinking like blues and like very muted colors, tans, stuff like that. So I just kind of grabbed some things. I'm wanting to do one of these little pop-out things. Hey, Linda. Hi, Teresa. I've seen them in journals where, like, let's see, where's my hole punch? I thought to myself when I was getting stuff around, I better have everything because my space is such a mess. Just do a little thumb hole there, and then it'll pop out like that. So I got so much papers and stuff hanging around here. I grabbed a bunch of Christmas papers that aren't necessarily Christmas. They're not too Christmassy. They just have some of those blues and stuff that I want. Like that with the snowflakes. I think I'll use that one. For sure. This is a little project that we did in the Creative Curiosities group. Hi, Angela. Hey, girl. I got your message. I will be messaging you back. So the first thing I'm going to do is cover the bottom. Cover the bottom of this. And I'm just going to... Oh, Lord. Oh, Lord! I'm just going to trace this. And that'll be pretty close at least. And trace it all the way. I'm definitely not the straightest cutter in the world. Oh, and look at these. Aren't these kind of cute? These little vintage images. I thought those were cute too. Let's see. Do I want that on the bottom or the top? Y'all, I can't deal with it. I have to do I have to do it by this. It's too crooked. Oh no, my little thing fell off. What am I gonna do now? Let's score it. I have a spare one, but I'm sure it just went flying. I'm sure it just went flying somewhere. I'll find it about the time I buy new ones if I, you know how that goes. Okay, well, I'm not going to need that anymore, am I? Do you guys know what I mean when I talk about these paper bag pockets? You can do them with any size of paper bag. It doesn't have to be a little one. But I seen where someone took a very little bag. It was really little, and did 1, 2, 3 in the journal on a journal page, and then when they opened, it was like, I think there was maybe butterflies inside each one. It was super cute. I'm going to go ahead and round these corners. You know what? I got the pink and the blue colors that I wanted, but I feel like I want the regular old vintage photo for this. Who else been crafting? You do? Yes, I know. Aren't they fun to use? Because you can do so much with paper bags. Has anybody been crafting along with the Crafty bunch? I'm wanting that to be in the same place, obviously. So let me do that there. Of course, I can't see it. My old eyes. Hey, Lori, how are you, girl? Lori, I was saying that this is a project that we did in our group. I'm making one of those little paper bag pockets. I want to say that was in November, and everybody was pretty busy with the holidays. Get my Fabri-Tac. Hey, Callie. Ooh, that sounds good, Linda. Yum, I bet your house smells good. I made a roast, I don't know, earlier last week. And my husband goes, I think this is the best roast you've ever made in 28 years. Like, wow. I think you're just really hungry. But that kind of roast and potatoes. Oh, ooh, that's fun, Teresa. You still have it in your bag? Well, there's no time limit. Yeah, that was a busy time. Okay, so for this, I kind of like this. Ooh, but that sure is pretty. I like that. I think I like this side. Then I get this pretty flower here. Meow. I get this pretty flower here and some of the tree. Why do I keep putting these scissors away? It was a nice compliment, wasn't it? Yeah. He can be all right. He's all right. We're in Kansas, and he went north yesterday, which would be up towards Cheryl. He didn't go quite that far, but he went Cheryl's about 2.5 hours from me, and north of me, and he went about an hour and 45 minutes in that direction. And I was packing up stuff from the sale on Friday, I had things to do. So he had messaged me and asked me what it was doing here, and I said, it's drizzling. Well, it was starting to get bad. It took him almost 6 hours to get home. I guess, there were semis in the ditch off the highway. There was a bunch of cars off the highway. I mean, lots of people sliding off the road. It seems like every year, that first ice or snow of the year, people have a hard time. I need to trim this side a little bit. This side. So yeah, he was keeping me posted every step of the way because my sister messaged because she left work because they closed early. And I was like, wow. So then I messaged him and I was like, hey, why don't you let me know? Why don't you let me know when you're on your way? It's getting bad, I think. Which the funny part about it is that, okay, he used to not like it, but now I don't think he minds. But when we were younger, I used to call him Safety Tom. And I said it jokingly, but, I think he was self-conscious about me calling him that because it didn't matter what we were doing. He was like, you need to tie an orange around this. You need to go to the safety training. You need to, which I so appreciate now. Hi, Brenda. So being caught in weather is not at all like him. Not at all like him. Okay, so look, we have that, and we have that, and now I think I'm going to use those stripes for there. And you don't need to round the corners. I've gotten into the habit of doing it though. I feel like it does make things look a little bit more finished. That's long enough, right? He is, Callie, girl. He is. He was the safety monitor in his department for a while. But the thing is that like if they've ever had an OSHA inspection or they've ever had a federal inspection from the FAA because he works in aircraft, like he's the guy you want on your team for sure. And they definitely have brought him in to clean up departments and stuff like that. So yeah, I when he got home, I was like, what were you thinking? He's like, this wasn't supposed to start till 9:00 tonight. Okay, I didn't think, it just didn't seem like you to be. He's usually I either called him Safety Tom or junior meteorologist Tom Allen. Why am I so mean to that man? You guys are going to think. Circle for safety and always back in one, unless it's one row in parking lot. Huh. I mean, I don't have to like worry about too much because he does that for both of us, I guess. But like making sure all of our kids took a junior guns safety course and stuff like that. when at the time I was like, can't you just show them? But it was so smart of him to do that kind of stuff. Shh, don't tell him. Don't tell him I said that. Okay, now the question is, are we picky enough that we want the stripes to line up? Oh, I can't use my paper cutter. I do have another one, but it's not an arm's reach. And, you know, the entire Tetris situation I have will fall to the ground if I attempt. I did a couple of these snowflakes too, and you guys know I put some of this diamond dust in my mold, but I didn't do it in time to use the clear resin, and it didn't. I mean, I feel like you can see a little bit of sparkle on that one. You guys probably can't, but it definitely didn't do anything. It would have been the clear resin if I'd have done it yesterday. Okay, okay. I am going to go ahead and line up the stripes, but just because they were already pretty much lined up. Now, I want to put something in the bottom right there. And then we can get to the sparkle. I got my glitter pen, and I have some of this deluxe paste, which this stuff is really fun through a stencil, but I don't really have a stencil that is seasonal. So when we open it up, we can see penguins. I don't want the cardinal because to me that's too Christmassy, but I kind of like this cabin. Yeah, Linda, definitely. I mean, I worked in clinical research, so yes, same thing. Like the Food and Drug Administration, you know, all of those rules to make sure that patients are being treated humanely and all of that. I mean, it is, and it is. It's important. It's important stuff. So, okay. So here's my question. Like when you open it, it's probably going to be, well, I guess it could be horizontal or vertical, right? Because this is definitely more of a vertical situation with this. But the penguins are horizontal. Anybody have a vote? Cabin or penguins? What do I do with the penguins? So this would be these little guys with their little nighty-night hats on, caps, you know. It would be like if it were mounted on a page or something this way. And then this would be if it were like maybe in a tuck or something this way. Cabin. I tend to lean towards the cabin too. I'm not much for cartoonish type of things, you know. Now I can't see my mark. I can see this one. And I can see this one. Good. I got 2 votes, both for the cabin. My vote's the 3rd vote. And I'll be honest with you guys. A lot of times I'll ask, but then I'll still do what I want to anyway. Is that awful? It just depends on the project. Oh my gosh. I gotta make the mark again. Nope, that was it. Okay. I thought maybe that was it, but now let's see where we need to trim. Ooh, I like it. And you can see how what a straight cutter I am. This is actually the top of paper, so there we go. If possible, I like to line it up with the original paper edge, you know, then you know you're getting good. A good cut. If we get this done really fast, I have some really big tags. Aren't those fun? I like those big tags. I like the really big tags and the teeny tiny tags. But we can make like a little notepad or something to go inside it. So this is Decoupage Queen. And Pam, actually, if you want to message me, if you like, I have a lot of it and she's no longer doing scrapbook paper. So if you like the paper, I can let you know which ones I have because my website may not be current, but you can look on there and then you can hit me up if you want to. And I can let you know what I have because, oh my gosh, I want to say that the 12 by 12 retailed for $17.50, but I've been selling them for $8 because they're no longer, you know, they're out of whatever you want to call it. They're discontinued. There we go. Why didn't I make sure that was right before I put the glue on it? It's a little bit big. It's a little big, guys. Let's see. Do you think I can get it? There we go. Of course, that goes for anybody that is interested in this kind of, if you're familiar with her paper and her scrapbook. She has 12 by 12, 6 by 6, and then she has a couple of journal kits. Y'all know I would have put that cabin in upside down. better. There we go. Okay. So that's how it's going to pop up. Let's take our blue and go around the edges. Okay. Hey, Diana, how are you, girl? Thanks for popping on. I'm just going to do this. This is, yeah, speckled egg. Just to give it a little bit of that blue color. Okay, now let's make like a little paper pad to go in it. Which for that, I don't know that I'll be able to use, I don't want to use that hard paper. I was like, maybe for a cover. Oh my goodness. So this is the situation. This is my scrap pile, I guess. And I try to do it by size of paper, like the small, like the teeny tiny papers I keep in a little bowl on my desk or in this like little teacup thing. And then big, and then I have another one that's even bigger. And when I'm doing something like this, pretty much I will just go through and look for the color that I want. And just start grabbing stuff that might work. Don't be calling the craft authorities on me for this, okay? Don't be calling the craft police on me for this craziness. I don't really want, oh, that's kind of nice. I like that. Yeah. Maybe some of that, maybe that. This paper right here it has like some of the distress oxide on it, and I let it set out, and it's just vintage photo, but it turned yellow and pink and purple and blue. So I like that. I thought that was cool. That piece isn't bad, but we need to get some blue. Okay. Oh my gosh. I can't even pick it up. Okay. Let's go into my, isn't that cute? Yes. But what would we do? Hey, Michelle, what would we do without our scrap boxes? Right? Okay, let's see. This one even like has for real. Ooh, I like that. full pieces of paper in here. Alice in Wonderland stuff. There's some blue. I did bring some actual scrapbook papers. Yes, exactly, Teresa. That's what I was just getting ready to say. Did bring some actual stuff. And I have this book here that I got off of, it's a girl, her name's Amber. Junk Paper Scissors is her handle. Is that what you call it? I don't know her name on Whatnot. And she has some of the coolest stuff, you guys. And she gets all of her vintage papers, magazines, different things put into a notepad. And I think that it's, I don't remember how much it was. I want to say it was like $10 maybe. But I tagged a few things. This is like a Christmas play, but that is just really looks like just the snowy part. So I thought maybe that. What else did I find? I liked this kind of vintagey notebook paper. So I'm going to pull that out. Oh, I just loved that little apron, so not for this necessarily. And then that one, there we go. Because I don't have enough paper, I had to buy some from her. Okay. Ooh, I like that 88 there. Let's see, how big? So we need this to be 4 1/4 by 2 3/4. I'll forget if I don't. So, and gosh darn it. Y'all, if you hear things fall, don't fret. Oh. I gotta have a, what did I do before? Oh no, it's way over there. Well, what did I do before I had 14 cutting boards? I'm like, there's no way for me to measure. So let's just make it 4 because that is 4. And then we can do, it's so much easier to cut when you can cut and measure at the same time, right? And it's not like it has to be perfect. I'm just going to round the bottoms. These to get, oh, I don't know if Chele's still on her. I still have the Chele gave me that napkin and I haven't used it yet. It's so pretty. I don't want the flowers. So, You know, I can't hang pictures straight either. Like, I will think it's straight. My husband will come in and be like, I'm like, what? It looks good. And then he'll, you know, no. If I get the level out, it's like way off. Oh, whoopsie. I don't know. I don't know. Maybe my eyes are not even on my face or something. I don't know. Just gonna get a little bit of blue on here. We got 10 minutes. So I got all this sparkly stuff out, you guys, and I haven't used it yet. Need to get on that. Okay. Love this. So how wide is that? How did that happen? It's like exactly 2. I didn't really get any of the muted pinks in here. Hey, Neela, how are you? I am good, thank you. Hi, Heidi. Thanks for hopping on. Oh my goodness. Seeing you guys on here made me realize I did the same thing. I heard Nicole say earlier. I had been doing really well about writing down the next person. If you guys know, would you put it in the, I don't know if you guys know or not, but if you do, if you guys are in this event. Okay. I think I'm going to use this because this is pretty thick, this cardstock here. This was for a seaside journal. I'm doing one of those little paper bag pop-ups. And I don't know if you guys could hear that, but my cat is letting me know that the snow and everything, he is not happy. I can tell you all that. And then he'll come in the front. He'll yowl, and I'll like, you know, like cats do, yowl. Oh, Lydia's up next. Okay, thank you so much, Heidi. And I'll let him out because I get tired of listening to him. And then he is right at the front door. It's like, this is crazy. Let me in, let me in. And then he goes to the back door. And I'm like, dude, the weather is the same in the backyard. I promise you it is. That needs to be, my blade from my paper cutter went flying, so I'm like, gosh, I am spoiled. You know what I did when I had to measure then cut instead of do it at the same time. You can't went looking for mine. He is such a brat. He will let my husband just sleep or, you know, but the minute he sees me, you know, the world's coming to an end, that's for sure. He didn't let my husband know anything about what his needs are. What time is it? Oh, 7 minutes. So if you wanted to, you could take like a metal ruler and like an X-Acto knife and make sure this is all perfect. I am not going to do that. I'm just going to staple, and then I'm just going to flatten those out so nobody, because there's going to be many people looking at it that cuts their finger. I think that he's just a big spoiled rotten brat is what I think, but you know, a little bit of ink on there. And I really wanted to make my little pullout be out of this doily, but I might have to. Got this little bit of lace here that might be better. And then in the last 5 minutes, I will put some sparkle on my snowflake and use it to take him as a dangle. All right, you. No. Now he's scratching at the door. Go away, bugs. Oh my gosh, come on. Don't give me a hard time when people are watching. Ah. Oh, I like it. Okay. And then, let's see. I put holes in several of these. What happened to my holes? You know, I almost left the pins I used to make the holes inside them because it seemed like, is that possible? Did the holes close up on my resin? It was still fairly new. Oh my gosh, I think they did because I can see where it was. Yeah, because you're just south of me, right, Pam? In Oklahoma. Yeah, I feel like I can totally see where this hole was. Ah. And I used one of my big fat, needles. Okay. So I have all that cool stuff with my glitter pen and the deluxe paste and everything. That stuff takes a little bit to dry though. So I'm just going to do a little paint on it. Don't you do it, Snowflake. It's kind of a stiff dangle, but okay. I'm just going to take a tiny bit of blue. Like so. Not too much, just a little. And then some silver. I don't know that the silver's really showing up, but it's probably because the blue is not quite dry. I don't want it to discolor my little lace though, so for now I'm just going to stick it right here. Not as much as us. Okay, guys, that is it. Sorry I didn't get her finished. It's not actually closed, but oh, we got our little cabin in there. And yeah, this would be super cute in a journal, I think. But just refresh your page here in the Crafty Bunch, and Lydia will be up right now, and I will see you guys next time. I believe, and don't forget about the Patchwork of Friendship. It starts on the 13th of January. I'm super excited about that. All right, guys, thanks so much. I will see you next time. Bye.